Channel switched.
Hello.
Hello,
Pretty
Dave.
awesome. You guys looking forward to playing? Everybody's here?
Definitely.
Damn right.
I'm ready.
Yep.
Awesome. And I'm definitely looking forward to it too. So, I mean, I've been reading about this for quite a whiles now, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. So, all right, guys. So you guys have your pre-made characters. You guys want to go ahead and one at a time. I don't care who goes first or whatnot. And you guys can introduce your character. Tell us your background, your flaws. Not your equipment and everything, but just tell us about your flaws and everything else about your character, your background story and names and classes and all that good stuff.
Okay, I guess I'll go first. I'm Kadojo. I'm playing the wizard named Varus. I am a half-elf. I am chaotically good, so if I see you jaywalking, I will fireball your ass.
Oh, jeez.
I love it.
I am a devout worshipper of Ogma, and I'm currently on a personal quest to fix a shrine that goblins have taken over. And that's my story.
So what kind of flaws and stuff does your character have?
Flaws. I'll just about do anything to uncover historical secrets that would aid to my research, including throwing some dwarves and gnomes under some pits of fire.
Racist.
Gotta take care of
let's
the beard,
see.
guys.
My ideals are knowledge is the path to power and self-improvement. I have a tome that I always keep with me at all times, and if I have anyone try to steal it, I will fireball their ass. Let's see here.
I can
How
tell
the
he
hell
didn't
did I
read
say
too
that?
much about his character. I don't think
I
he did.
use fancy words that convey the impression of something. Also, I spent a long time in the temple that I learned my magic from, so I have little experience with people on a casual basis, so I might insult them by accident or on purpose.
And this is his mage right here as well. So that's him.
I think that's it.
All right, thanks, Kadojo.
I'm playing Amen, the halfling rogue.
He always plays his characters' names are
I,
always Almond, if you guys notice that. It's
I
kind of
am
funny.
from an older settlement.
It's like Vay's characters.
Came
They're all
from
Vay
some
or
ruins,
Zovia.
and I am on
Love
a
you,
personal
Zovia.
quest to get revenge against the Red Brands. We were out. I used to be a member, and the job started going south, and they left me to die. And I am upon my quest as I am going along, trying to find Red Brands and members of the Red Brands, and infiltrate back in and seek revenge against those that left me for dead. I take my earnings and my findings and send them back to my poor little aunt that took care of me, but she may never know what I do or where the money comes from.
Ice Cream
Even
Man's
sending
here.
money
You
back?
hear it?
Doesn't sound like you at all.
Yeah, we gave you the wrong character. Just kidding.
Hey, that's for the stream chat, not y'all. As far as you know, I'm stealing everything.
Alright, so what kind of bonds and flaws and everything do you have?
My personality. I usually don't have a plan. I just kind of go with the flow. My background is I'm a criminal, but my alignment is neutral. Basically, I will decide which way I go and what I do when the situation is in front of me
Oh.
and it's time to make a decision. So, not a lot of forethought on things. I'm loyal to my friends, but once you cross me, um, you're on the other side of the fence, and I'm not going to help you out anymore.
Ice cream? Anyone for ice cream?
My bonds is with my aunt.
Fucking dark
She
outside, ice
raised
cream
me.
man.
She
You must
treated
be
me like
selling
her
drugs
own.
like the old one was.
And my flaws are that I can't tell her what I do or where I get my money from to help her out on the farm.
Alright. Next. Thank you, Ammon.
Alright, this is Sandman. I'll be playing Edward Clavell. He is a noble fighter. His parents were the Count and Countess of Corlin Hill,
I
which was
figured
the
they'd
largest
get
state
into their
located
character a
northeast
little bit
of
more.
Neverwinter. The estate was destroyed by a volcano, and so now he's been raised in Waterdeep. His personality traits is he flatters people and makes them feel wonderful and important. He doesn't like getting dirty, and I won't get caught dead in an inn with unsuitable accommodations. Responsibility is my idea. It's the duty of a nobleman to protect the common people and not to bully them. As far as my bonds, I have a great axe, which is a family heirloom. It's by far the most valued possession I own. Its name is actually unpronounceable, but has come to be called Shadow Meld. My flaws are I have a hard time resisting
Yes, it will, Death. It will definitely take some time.
wealth, especially gold, and I believe that wealth can help me restore my legacy.
Alright. Wolf, Robert, one of you two?
You go first.
Alright, I am Jambin Wolfsoul,
Wolf
a
is gonna get
human fighter.
really nervous. He'll do fine, though.
I currently
He gets nervous really
residing
easily.
in Neverwinter, but my parents are from the village of Thundertree, but they had to drift around the region after Mount Hohenau erupted about 30 years ago.
Nice, Sanders.
My personal goal is to drive off a dragon. I am lawful good, so if I see anything evil and whatnot, I will go after it. My ideal sincerity bond is that one day that the village parents were from Thundertree will be a prosperous town once again, and that a statue will one day stand in town square. And flaws, I'm not even sure how I should say that. I'll just convinced of the significance of my destiny and blind to the shortcomings and the risk of failure.
You're not going to say that.
Sounds
huh?
accurate for him.
Also, Dirt, Wolf said he'll play for you if you need him to.
What? What?
Old Dirt. Old Dirt likes to show up from time to time.
Oh boy.
Oh God, no. No, thank you.
The closer.
No. All right, Robert. You're the caboose, it looks like.
Okay. Hey guys, my name is Robert. I am playing a Hilldwarf cleric named Crag. Sorry.
You all right?
Yeah, sorry. I had a key pressed down somewhere and it was freezing up my computer.
No problem.
I am a sergeant with the Minturn Mercenaries, but I'm not currently on active duty. My character is always polite and respectful, but he doesn't trust his gut feelings, so he usually waits for others to act first. I respect people and treat them with dignity and courtesy, and I secretly wonder if the gods even care about us at all sometimes. As for my bonds, I have 3 cousins, Gundren, Thardrin, Dwarven names, you know how it is, and Nundro Rockseer. They are my friends, and they're my cherished clan members. That's it.
Them Dwarven names are so hard to pronounce, aren't they?
Crag. So it looks like we got Almond, Edward, Jomden, Kadojo, and Krog. Or Crag.
No, we'll go with Krog. How about that?
Crag? That's
Krog.
trash. Whatever. Alright, guys, so you guys have been in Neverwinter for some time. All of you have basically congregated in the Neverwinter region. And I'm going to give you a map real quick, one of the rare handouts that we will ever have in this game. I'm just kidding. Not rare handout, I'm just playing. Alright. So there you go. This is the actual Neverwinter region. And you can see here on the very western coast of the land of Faerun, well, the Sword Coast, that is Neverwinter. That is where the party has been for several months. In fact, you guys have been there for almost 6 months. You've been working. Actually, you've been working quite a few times with a dwarven that you've actually kind of taken as your friend. A dwarven, I guess you could call him sort of an aristocrat, but he's also an entrepreneur as well. And his name is Grundren Rockseeker. And Grundren has basically commissioned you guys all on single jobs, and from time to time, a couple of you have worked together. Well, all of you, the last several weeks, he's been kind of secretive about something that's been going on within his organization. He also has several brothers as well. You really haven't met his brothers yet, but you have heard of them, and he does talk highly about his brothers. Well, they have like a sort of several different companies. He doesn't go too much into them, but like I said, you've done odd jobs around Mount Hote now. Also, you've gone to the Sword Mountains. You've also done some work in the Galapagos Islands. He does own several large boats as well. So you've gone over to both the Galapagos and to the Moonshae Isles. And this has been going on for 6 months. So you've definitely been taken care of by this guy, and you all have your own small little places in Neverwinter. So you guys basically, he's gotten with you over the last couple weeks on something big that he's been working on, and he also introduces someone else into the picture called Sildar Hallwinter. And Sildar Hallwinter is a human warrior, and you have to escort a wagon of supplies to the town of Phandelver. And Phandelver is down the trade road. I'm sorry, I think it's the high road, which leaves Neverwinter, goes south, and then you're going to have to veer over on the trail and head towards Phandelver. Well, it's a several-day journey, and you need to escort this wagon. And he doesn't quite have all of the supplies yet, because they are coming from several different regions. There's some supplies coming from the area of 10 towns, also of Luskin to the north. There's also some supplies coming from the Moonshade Isles and all around the region. So, lots of different powders and herbs and elixirs. And so you guys are going to have to take this, which is actually a very valuable cargo, and you're going to have to take his wagon and escort it to the small town of Phandelver, which is on the edge of the northern edge of the Sword Mountains. So is there anything you guys want to do? Anything around the town of Neverwinter? He also is going to pay you, everyone in the party, he's going to pay everyone a 10 gold fee for doing this job. This is pretty much the most that he's ever, offered to pay you. Usually all of the jobs are, a few silver, maybe a gold, but this is actually piqued everyone's interest. And you guys are kind of thinking about yourself, to yourself, it's only a couple days journey, but for 10 gold, I mean that is pretty massive. So when you get to the town of Phandelver, you're going to have to seek the owner of Barthen's Provisions, and the owner of Barthen's Provisions will pay you, because Gundren just does not think that he is going to be in Phandelver by the time you guys arrive.
What's the name of the owner of Barthen's Provisions? Barthen?
Nope. Actually, well, his last name is Barthen, but his name is the proprietor. His name is Elmar Barthen, and he is the one that will pay everyone in the party 10 gold per person. And he will check over the supplies. Grunden totally trusts you guys. This is a very, very valuable load. Quite valuable. That's why he's having you wait several other days, and in fact he's trekking out immediately. He's heading to several other sites before he gets back to Phandelver. But he does tell you that he will meet you there, and he'll also probably have Sildar with him as well. So, all right. So you guys are here in Neverwinter. It's the Jewel of the North is what they call it. You guys want to do anything here? You guys are at the Moonstone Mask Tavern, which is basically the tavern that's floating in the air.
That's cool.
Dave, my character's just gonna go to the Temple of Ogma and just pray there for a while before we leave.
Gonna pray to keep your ass okay on this journey?
Yeah, and for a safe journey and a chance to do right by her. Or him. Whatever God is.
Yeah, there's all kinds of
I'll go to
currency
the
standards.
bartender and grab an ale. Ask him if he's heard of anything around town happening.
About around what, Neverwinter?
Yeah.
No, there's lots of things going on in Neverwinter. What do you want to know about Neverwinter? I mean, there's really not a lot that really needs to be done around Neverwinter right now. But I mean, you can inquire about things, sure.
Just small odd jobs that wouldn't be too hard to accomplish.
Well, Grundon's been sending you out to Mount Hote now, over to the Isles, sending you to locations within the Neverwinter Wood. He's been keeping you busy pretty good, actually, for about 6 months now.
As part of
Go ahead.
going with this supply wagon, is he going to supply us with rations and stuff on the trail?
Yeah, there will be rations on the wagon for everyone to eat for several days.
Okay.
There'll be clean water. There will be some water to clean up as well. Take care of all of the the campsites that you guys choose to stay at for rest. There'll also be some provisions for the horses as well. Several batches of hay, bales of hay,
We get
stuff like
horses?
that. Yeah, but they're for the wagon. They're not yours. They're Grundon's. So.
Well, I'm going to call the. I'm assuming that there is a barmaid in this in the Moonstone Mask Tavern. I'm going to call her over and order and kind of wink at her,
Roll for
smile,
hotness.
and ask ask her if
Yeah.
she might know anything about the trail to Fallon. Or has she heard anything as far as you know? Are there any brigands or anything that may be on the road that might try to stop us?
You could do a. I would say you could do
Oh,
a.
that's an ugly bitch.
Oh my god. What was that roll for, Craig?
Hotness.
It was
Hotness.
for hotness for the,
Yeah.
the barmaid.
Yeah, she's got like a retainer, like a makeshift tin or iron retainer, kind of trying to straighten out her teeth with all these rat contraptions on it.
She talks like this, and she says, "What you need, handsome? What you need to drink?"
I give her a disgusted look, trying to be as kind as possible.
She's spitting every once in a while. A big, huge ball of spit comes out as she's talking to you, trying to find out what you want to drink.
Do you want some Neverwinter brews?
Yes. So what do I need to roll?
You can go ahead and give me I'll let you do a history check.
History check.
Just to see if you can remember anything about possibly the region or anything like that. So it'd be a d20 plus your whatever your history is.
Here we go again.
Dude,
Oh,
you're like
God.
rolling nothing but 20s.
5 in a row.
I'm calling like hacks. So
I told you it was the MRI. My magnetic personality is just just
Yep.
bristling right now.
you've hacked the quantum roller. Oh my god.
It's
Easy
like Iron
dirt.
Jesus is on his side.
That is
of the
messed
roll
up.
for the
How
high
dare
numbers.
you? All right, so this is what I'm going to give you quite a bit of background on this, Edward, and you can relay this to the party as well. And in fact, this is basically what you kind of gather everyone around the table that you guys are drinking. Bonnie gets you some drinks. Her name is Bonnie. And she does get you several drinks. She brings everybody a nice big pint of Neverwinter Ale. And she does say that, well, actually, she says thank you. You guys give her a couple copper. She goes on her way. So you go into this story, Edward, and this is something that you don't have information for, but this is just general information of the era. And more than 500 years ago, clans of dwarves and gnomes made an agreement known as the Phandelver's Pact, by which they would share a rich mine in a wondrous cavern known as Wave Echo Cave. In addition, so you know that there is a Wave Echo Cave in the area. You also know, in addition to its mineral wealth, the mine contained great magical power. There were human spellcasters allying themselves with the dwarves and the gnomes to channel and bind the energy into a great forge, which they called this great forge the Forge of Spells, where magic items could be crafted. Times were good, and the nearby human town of Phandelver prospered as well. But then disaster struck when the orcs swept through the north and laid waste to all of their path. And these orcs were from the Many Eras tribe. You do remember that as well. A powerful force of orcs, Many Era tribes orcs, reinforced by evil mercenary wizards, attacked this Wave Echo Cave to seize its riches and magic treasure. Human wizards fought alongside their dwarf and gnome allies to defend the Forge of Spells, and the ensuing spell battle destroyed much of the cavern. You know that few survived this massive battle, and the cave-ins and tremors and all that other negative stuff that happened. And all of this, so you do know that there is a lost Cave of Echo in the region. It has been long, it's long been lost, the location actually. So, other things about the region as well, you know about the Phandelver. That's basically why Phandelver was there, is because it was the hub of where all the miners were, and all of the other workers around the area that worked in the Wave Echo caves. Then there's Icefire Peak, there's Wyvern Tor, about several other locations as well. There's also that there are some goblins as well, especially you've heard recently, Ed, that they've kind of been encroaching into the area, but you're not sure if they're affiliated with the many orcs, the many arrow orcs tribe. You just don't know that, but you think it should be pretty safe. The passage should be probably uneventful, but if you do run into anything, it's probably not going to be anything major. And if it was, you probably would have been given more men or more reinforcements. But Grundrin definitely thinks that you guys can handle it. You're basically the best of the crew that he's kept on for employment the past 6 months.
All right, and I thank Bonnie again. Kind of smile at her.
She
Try to make her
smiles
feel.
back.
Try to make her feel good. It's part of what I do.
Oh man.
So what else are you guys doing? Anything else? The caravan, all of the supplies have basically come. It's been another day or so since Grundrin has left with his new human companion. They've left out a day early, so it looks like all of the supplies have arrived late one night. There's 10 days in a week in Faerun, so you are a new week does start tomorrow, and all of the supplies are there. So you have the option to, ride out tomorrow morning with the wagon and all of the supplies to travel to Phandelver.
Grundrin is supplying mounts for us to ride.
Not
on?
mounts, no. Nope.
No,
Just
no mount.
nope. Just the two steeds that are basically pulling the wagon.
I'll ride on the wagon.
Yeah, you guys will be able to walk alongside of it, rotate out, change around, stuff like that. Yeah.
No, I'm gonna stay on the wagon the whole time. I'm little.
I'll just stay on the side walking with all the dock and labor that Jamin did. You should have no issues walking for a long distance.
Yeah, you guys have been
I may go to a stable and see how much it would cost to hire a mount to take me to Phandelver.
unfortunately, there's really no mounts available currently in Neverwinter. They're all being used. Most of the Neverwinter militias they've basically confiscated everything around the region to actually combat these many Arrow tribe orcs. So you were unable to find one successfully.
Okay.
They've basically commissioned them all.
Okay, I guess we set out the next morning.
All right, so actually, old Bonnie hooks up with Edward. So whenever
You poor bastard. And I mean that in the nicest way.
everybody's Bonnie's really taking a liking to Edward. So as you guys are getting your gear on, you guys are meeting out into the hall at the Moonstone Mass Tavern. Everybody starts to come out of their room, and Bonnie comes out as well. She comes out of Edward's room. So,
I chuckle.
What the heck?
She says, "Excuse me,"
as she walks, but
I've got to get to work now.
and she just kind of walks down the stairs and starts putting her apron back on and messing with her retainer that she wears around the like a strap
Jesus,
around the
man.
back of her head. It's pretty great.
I look
I
over
guess
at
I did
Edward
roll